So to go back into this article a little bit more, investigative journalist group Project Veritas on Wednesday released part 1. This is just part 1, everybody, of its series on practices of gender clinics in the United States obtained via undercover video. Medical professionals appear to admit to treating children as young as 8 years old for gender confusion. They claim is transgenderism, recommending life-altering puberty blockers for a 10-year-old and cross-sex hormones for minors as young as 14. We do have patients, this is a quote, we do have patients who are starting transition as young as 9 years old, says Nora Scott, a licensed social worker at Austin-based Dell Children's Medical Center, Project Veritas reports. In the same video, the undercover journalists asking about gender transition of a hypothetical 10-year-old are eventually directed to Dr. John Stever at a medical center in New York City. Stever says he follows the World Professional Association of Transgender Health Guidelines and tells journalists, quote, the way to go at this age 10 would be something like a puberty blocker. Adding that the drug, quote, really stops puberty pretty quickly so that no further development of the secondary sexual characteristics can happen. So things like there are no real chest development, there's no menstruation, things like that. Okay, one, if you guys have watched What is a Woman, the way Matt Walsh and other and pro like reality and pro science doctors describe this is that you can't just put a pause. You don't just put a pause on puberty. Puberty wants to happen whether you like it or not. These drugs have serious side effects. One of the drugs that they use, Lupron, is also used to chemically castrate sex offenders. So here is what these doctors are advocating for, is to basically chemically castrate kids in the name of gender-affirming care. And there's multiple people, like I said, that are coming out and stating their stories on what's happened. One of which is Chloe Cole. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Chloe Cole, but like I said, she's basically a woman who was pushed and pressured into changing her gender, and has since come out to speak out against it. So here is Chloe Cole. Here's a video to show of her. Oh, I want to make sure I share the screen without the audio, so then it works in the way that I need. There we go. Here is Chloe Cole.
I have 2 giant scars across my chest that remind me every day that I was butchered by the institutions that we all thought we could trust. I went to my surgeon because I was desperate for answers, and he just told me, it's fine. That's completely normal. Just put Vaseline over it, which didn't make sense to me, but I thought that because nothing else was working, I might as well try it. That gave me a skin infection. It hasn't healed at all, and the wound, whatever it is actually spreading across my chest. I have no clue what's going on. I have nowhere to turn because I no longer have any trust in Kaiser Permanente, and I can't afford treatment out of pocket. I wish I could have my breasts back, but a reconstruction may be riddled with even more complications, and no matter what, I will never be able to breastfeed my future children. Those organs are gone forever.
Those organs are gone forever. Like I said, a lot of doctors try to frame this. A lot of pro-gender changing doctors try to frame this as if, oh, like, it's just a decision you can make now. And then, like, if you change your mind later, that's fine. That's fine. It can be fixed. No, that's not how it works. Or at least they're not stating the asterisk that says, next to all of this, that says, while it can be fixed, it's not going to be anything like the original. And you could also have severe diseases. You could die sooner. A lot of things. They don't tell you. They don't tell you when it comes to this. And so another one that I wanted to show is Scott Newgent. Scott Nugent, I don't know if you guys have seen What is a Woman. This is a quick clip from What is a Woman. This is one where you can see some of the scars and the effects of these gender surgeries, these hormone pills, and what it has on people that are being pushed to take it. Here is Scott Nugent. Very emotional, by the way, as well.
For the first time in history, A marginalized group has a huge dollar sum on the top of their head. We have 5 children's hospitals in the United States promoting that.
What?
That's a phalloplasty. That's a bottom surgery. We have 5 children's hospitals in the United States telling girls that they can be boys at $70,000 a pop in a surgery that has a 67% complication rate. That will kill me from infection that I can't sue on. We're butchering a generation of children because nobody's willing to talk about anything. I have 3 kids. At the age that they're doing this to kids. I'm not transphobic. I love my kids, and I love other people's kids, and you should too. This is wrong on so many levels.
This is wrong on so many levels. Obviously, a part of the documentary by Matt Walsh, What is a Woman? Amazing documentary. Everybody go check it out. But Scott Newgent in that really hits to a point of that I want to get to, that there is really why is this that doctors are trying to sell this ideology, sell these drugs, sell the surgeries, whatever, on even younger and younger kids? Because they know that there's health complications to it. And they know that if they can get them hooked now, that's a lifetime of medical expenses that are going to need to happen. You know, a transition could buy that doctor his next boat, his beach house, vacation home, whatever. Because here's the thing. So according to CNN in 2015, I was looking for as much as I could on how much transitions cost, the financial implication of it. And according to CNN in 2015, I'm going to use CNN because I'll use a liberal news source. I will. The cost of a transgender person's search or transition can vary widely, and pricing information is often not available. Makes sense? I couldn't find very much about it either. In Pennsylvania, the Philadelphia Center for Transgender Surgery posts cost estimates for different procedures. Its price list mentions estimates of $140,450 to transition from male to female, and $124,400 to transition from female to male. Now, as we look at that, men wanting to be women have to pay $15,000 more. That sounds sexist to me, but no one's talking about that. Nobody wants to have that conversation, that it costs more to be a man that wants to go into a woman than a woman that wants to be going to a man. But jokes aside, the thing is, they want to do these irreversible surgeries on children, not because they want to be gender affirming. No, because the people at the top want the paycheck. And the cost isn't hundreds of thousands of dollars. The costs are lives. The costs are lives. And so thank God Project Veritas is getting us out there, that there are places willing to do this on 8, 9, 10-year-olds with this gender changing hormone therapy and eventually surgeries. And they claim that 14-year-olds are smart enough and are well-informed enough to make the decision. Absurd.